Number 13. Similar type of thing, where again, this time here, instead of using the graphic calculator, it's asking you to solve it by substitution. So we did a few examples like this before. You see two equations here. One equation says y equals 2x minus 8. The second equation says x plus y equals 37. So since both equations have the letter y, but this first one tells us what y equals, I could take this here and substitute it in for y. So I would rewrite the second equation to say x plus y, but instead of writing y, I'm going to write down what y equals. X plus 2x minus 8 equals 37. Now we could solve for x. 1x plus 2x is 3x. Minus 8 equals 37. Okay? Now I add 8 to each side, and that gives me 3x equals 45. Divide each side by 3, and I get x equals 15. So now, what that's telling me is if I graph these two lines, they're going to cross at x equals 15. Now if I go back into either equation, if x is 15, now I just need to figure out what y is. So in the first equation, 2x minus 8, if I say x is 15, which is what we solved down here, 2 times 15 is 30. Minus 8 equals 22. So y equals 22. Let's look at the second equation. X plus y equals 37. And we'll rewrite it x 15, y 22. 15 plus 22 equals 37. So we solve that by substitution. Okay, with number 14. We have a word problem, and I know how much you love these word problems. And we're going to use the substitution method to solve this problem. Now let's read the problem first and see if we can come up with some equations. The problem says that the sum of two numbers, so let's call the two numbers x and y. And a sum is an addition. So x plus y equals 18. The second part of the problem says the difference of those two numbers. Difference, we mean subtraction. So x minus y is 2. Then it says solve for the two numbers. What two numbers are going to give us that answer? Now we can make a table with x and y and figure out if x is this, then y is that, when's it going to equal 18, and see when we see the difference being 2. Okay, but instead what I want to do is I want to take one of these equations. So let's take the second equation, this one here that has x minus y equals 2. And we're going to rewrite it so we solve for x. Okay? So x minus y equals 2. So minus y, the opposite would be plus y. So if I add y to each side, I get x equals y plus 2. Okay? So now I could take that answer for x, this here, and substitute it into the first equation. So in the first equation where it says x, I would write y plus 2. And then plus y equals 18. So this part here, guys, is x. But we said down here that x equals y plus 2. So now I could add y plus y is 2y. Plus 2 equals 18. Subtract 2 from each side, I get 2y equals 16. Divide by 2 on each side, and I get y equals 8. Let's go back to our two equations. If y is 8, what's x? Right? If this is 8, we said x plus y equals 18. So if y is 8, x is going to have to be 10. So 10 plus 8 is 18. Now let's move that down to the second equation. 10 minus 8 equals 2. So that's the solution for both equations, is when x is 10 and y is 8. Okay. Good luck taking the post-test, and If you have any questions, don't be afraid to ask. We will have a study session on Tuesday night at 8 o'clock, next Tuesday night from 8 to 10. There'll be some tutoring time again in our classroom. And the exam will be next Friday at 7 p.m. I will have a review session from 6 to 7. And then the exam, pretty much like the midterm, will be on paper. You could use your calculator, you could use all of your notes, you could use the online calculator. The only thing you can't use is looking over your shoulder at anybody else's work. And I think it'll be a good measure of how well you've done in the class. And I think you'll all be surprised at how well you're going to do. So don't forget, study session next Tuesday, tutoring time from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. in classroom 237A. And then the exam will be next Friday at 7 p.m. Review from 6 to 7. Good luck.